Monster kill!
Battle begins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this elimination match between Nigma Galaxy and, of course, the side of Thunder Awaken. It's Michael at Backchest, joined by John X Backchest. Jonathan, what a hype series we have coming up. So how the hell are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You know, NGX up against Thunder Awaken. NGX with ESL doing quite well. Thunder Awaken, the last hope of South America. Lots of guys in chat to speed them up, but of course, a tough opponent they're going to have to face.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nigma, they had Miracle earlier. Now they've got the in terms of the drafts, but what are you thinking?
I lean a bit towards NGX. I think we've seen ESL's Morphling quite a fair bit. Morphling's been in a very weird spot, to be fair. And again, if you look at Thunder Awaken's draft, this is straight up comfort for them.
Right.
This is exactly what they want. Lots of team fight, lots of aggression from early on. And for NGX, again, you have a core Morphling. That's going to need some time to farm up. You have some good forms. The Winter Wyvern idea there was great. So that could be what ESL could be running with. But again, it's not exactly the easiest core to kind of get online there.
It certainly is not, Jonathan. Game number one about to get underway here as we do have a very panoramic view from our lovely observers. Early team fights, John, do you predict? Like, do we have a level 1 team fight to break out? We have seen quite a bit of it throughout this tournament so far. In fact, we might just Dark Mago showing up in the mid lane, but is going to be just fine to back his way out. What do you think? Oh, we'd love some aggression here, Jonathan. It is an SCA tournament after all. Can we have a big team fight to break out?
Certainly. Thunder Awaken has the lineup to kind of get that done if they wanted to. NGX is also pretty good, level 1. So they could kind of posture. They're both standing by the river right now, kind of taking a peek. And it could end up being that way, but it looks like they might actually opt to play it safe. You never know. I mean, they do have the poking and prodding ready.
They do. Mind control. Might just run into this Monkey King very, very soon. Meanwhile, Kuro can run into Matthew, but we'll be happy to man up. Mind control will join in. Kuro take a fair bit of damage from that Arctic Burn, but going to be just fine. Will end up actually being a 3-for-1 banner rune trade there. So ESL, the only one able to take a bounty for Nigma Galaxy, and Thunder Awaken, a very nice start to get things started here for them.
Yeah, it allows them to build up a little bit faster. A little thing that happened there, ESL was just hanging behind his tier 2. Like, he was so far off, he didn't want to get picked off. They respect the fact that Thunder Awaken do want to play aggressive. That does mean they miss out on a couple of bounties, so Thunder Awaken going to be feeling a lot better as we're taking a look at that mid matchup. Dark Mago on that Mars up against Sumail's Pango. I mean, these are heroes that for a long time have been kind of on and off on the mid. We're seeing both of them at once, and should be a really good matchup. Rune control going to be really important for both, really beefy, and feels like because you have those two mid heroes, it's going to be a lot of momentum coming out from them.
Well, what about this bot lane, John? You're seeing Pakaz and Pandabu, of course, against Mind Control and Kuro, and it looks pretty rough for Pakaz right now. As Mind Control just going to run him down with the Starbreaker. Almost juking it out. Pakaz barely going to survive. Fairy Fire just enough for this one, but Nigma, they're getting aggressive already.
Yeah, they're just running down lanes. They know they have a lot of presence, especially in that off lane. Good mischief dodge from Pakaz to just kind of hold off, and the Fair Fire is taken out. The early levels can be a bit rougher in that lane. Level 3 is when it starts to feel good. Your cooldown on Arctic Burn is fairly long. You can see Kuro just maybe looking to get some deep wards down, watch when the pulls come in, try to punish when it's up. And of course, with the enchant and some nice creeps in that camp, you can kind of run down the lane.
Absolutely. Well, how's that mid lane going right now? Dark Mago having a very, very good time against Sumail. Still a very close affair in terms of CS, but you'd have to imagine that the Mars should have a bit of an advantage going into this mid matchup. A bit rough for the Pangolier against the Mars. You'll see Dark Mago trying to abuse that advantage ASAP. And what about that top lane, John? We haven't really had a look at that quite yet.
Yeah, that's probably one for the slower lanes to come out if you kind of think about it, right? Like, it's a Rubik Morphling lane. It's not going to be doing too much. They do get aggressive up top, though.
Yeah, jumping ESL and GH able to secure first blood onto Matthew. Great start for Nigma. Sure, you would have loved the Morphling to pick up the kill, but GH will be just as happy.
You're fine with giving that to the Rubik. Some level, some HP, though.
Because he's in trouble. He'll go for the Boundless, but it's not going to be enough. Nigma already a 2-kill lead going here for their side of things, and Thunder Awakening a bit of a slower start on their end.
Yeah, and I like that lane switch up coming out from NGX. You know, having Kuro play the Enchantress off and having GH play that Rubik up top does give you a lot more defensiveness as well for the Morphling to kind of play with. You can kind of lift back, hold off the aggression on ESL, and you can be more aggressive down bot with the Enchant slow and with the healing to sustain your Dawnbreaker here.
Mind control. You just see him posturing so aggressively here, John. He does not want to back himself out. And look at this. The Starbreaker turning right back around onto Pakaz, but he's got to be careful. That Jingu Mastery was one proc away from allowing Picard's that life steal, but he won't be able to quite get it. Meanwhile, top lane, Sacred on the Timber, John, having a bit of a slower game himself as GH trying to harass the Timber, but not really doing too much damage. Timber will be just fine.
He's getting a lot of stacks every right-click trade. Of course, 2 stacks per hit. Each value per stack is kind of lower, but Sacred is feeling pretty secure now. Level 3, you do have the stun combination with Matthew on hand if you can find a cookie. GH is doing a fantastic job just not enabling that, and they cut the
Cookie
line there.
is there, Dreamer still. He's going to be fine to Strength Morphers. Now Matthew in big trouble. That tier 1 tower hit GH. Able to take another kill is now Sacred. He'll be chased down, but they won't bother continuing. Just way too tanky on the Timber, but another nice kill for GH. And John, as a support Rubik, you're going to be enjoying this bonus gold this early on. It's a great start for GH.
It should be building up into a fast blink down the line. You're getting a lot of levels to hit that earlier level 6 spike as well from the safe lane. And you're really slowing down the Timber Stomp. Maybe not quite, but the Snapfire is a support that needs a lot more level. So dying in that lane for Matthew just doesn't feel good.
Oh, nice spear. Very nice spear into the cookie. Dark Mago from the low ground, connecting onto the king himself. First death there for Samel, and first kill for the side of Thunder Awaken.
That's pretty damn big. Like, we talked about those mids having the momentum. It's already a great start for that Morris.
Bit of a chase down bot now onto the Enchantress. Mind Control going to show up, but the neutrals going to get involved now into the Boundless Strike. Mind Control going to go for a run, but the Boundless, oh, never mind, they'll turn around. Starbreaker there, Mischief dodge out, but Picard, he'll Primal Spring away. Just barely. This Panda, he'll keep going after Mind Control. Both cores going to survive for now, but dropping very low on HP. Meanwhile, mid lane, Samel in trouble once again, but GH, he's there to save the day this time around. Samel, however, still having a very rough mid lane, though I suppose his CS is still going okay.
Yeah, the CS is there. He doesn't have the camps to play with anymore, so that slight lead you have here is going to be amplified for Dark Mago, and it's going to be rough, right? You're going to hit level 6 faster here on Dark Mago. You're going to have the arena. You can bully out Sumail, and they've been really on point with their support rotations towards mid. And that kill a while ago, it wasn't just Matthew. They also dragged Pandaboo, even though they didn't really need to, but they understand the pressure that they need to apply in that mid.
Oh, absolutely. Here, Arcane Boots being bought out. Obviously, again, probably not going to be able to deal with Sacred on the Timber quite yet. They'll just leave him be. Meanwhile, mid lane, Kuroki, he does have the Wild Ring Ripper, so could try for the Hurricane back in onto Dark Mago, and Samel, he'll move in now. Dark Mago, he's a tanky target, but not quite tanky enough as they will eventually take him down. Cookie's there though, Matthew, he'll find a trade, but a very good trade for the side of Nigma.
Yeah, that works out. You get the kill out with Kuroki, you kind of help Sumail recover, and you're still dragging those supports towards mid. The side lanes open up a lot more, and that's really reflecting for Pakaz.
Pakaz, he's getting manned up on Mind Control, just does not count the Boundless. Oh, the Boundless is going to miss. Mind Control, he's got the hammer in a few seconds, but he won't chase too far. Dark Mago does rotate, and they have the Observer Ward to give that vision over, so they have the information on the Mars. And he does force a very nice rotation down bot for the side of Nigma. So now Matthew will be able to cookie away from danger. Nigma, though, still trying to get very aggressive across the map as bot lane. Pakaz still going to drop here to Mind Control.
Just overstays his welcome a bit. You mentioned that cooldown not being too far off there for Mind Control. Manages to find that opportunity. Down mid, you do have that double damage running into Mail, and they do commit their 3 supports here. It could be a bit risky if they do decide to fight back here on Thunder Awaken, but looks like they'll play it safe. They do not want that much chip damage onto their tier 1 with Siege Creep, though.
Yeah, it's the classic rotation, the 5-minute Siege Creep. When you've got an Enchantress, you always want to try and rotate and get as much damage off as possible, and for now, they are protecting the Siege Creep very well. That might be a mid-tier 1 tower to go down very soon. Thunder, they need to get into that mid lane and try and defend this. It's just such an important tower. Kuro, he'll cop the stun. Samel, he'll go for that Rolling Thunder. Won't connect on Matthew, though. He might just have to roll right back out of there. Bit of a U-turn from Samel. Still doing some driving lessons here, but he'll be just fine.
Yeah, a wasted ult, not the biggest deal in the world. That does open up a lot of space for Dreamercell up top, so you've got to run back in Sacred. Doesn't take too long, Dreamercell. He's had a little bit of a slower lane despite the 1 one as you would expect up against a Timbersaw, but he's still up there. And again, if you keep this Morphling unchecked, the Ags buildup could be really good. The Winter Wyvern form is going to be massive, and that is something that Thunder Awaken might not be ready to deal with.
Oh, mid-tower denied off already, John, prior to the 10-minute mark. That's huge for the side of Nigma. Those jungles open up now on the Radiant side, and Nigma will be able to infiltrate with such an aggressive lineup. You'll see Sacred, he'll try to just chip away at that top tier 1 tower. He's got no help around him to get this done, so it's going to be a rather slow process, and you've got the Rubik of GH to just continue D-pushing with the Fade Bolt if necessary. Because again, they can't really deal with Sacred right now anyway, so he'll move in onto GH, trying to at least secure the Rubik kill. GH still fine. Dreamer Cell gonna try and help him out, but GH still being chased down as Sacred might eventually have it for bot lane Picards. He was in danger. GH still going. Arena down. They'll catch Dreamer Cell. They do take down the Rubik, and now Dreamer Cell's gone. A great team fight so far for the side of Thunder Awaken as they'll chase Sacred. But the Timber, he looks to be just fine. Mind Control cannot catch up, so the Timber will survive another day. Meanwhile, Picar's bot lane once again getting aggressive onto Kuroki. High fives are out. Kuroki, he's actually just gonna run. No problem.
Yeah, you're really happy with Thunder up top, though. Great movement out from Dark Mago, gets a good arena down, catches the boat out, and they play tag for such a long time on NGX. They don't back off. They were banking on that Solar Guardian, just not enough heal considering how much burst you do have at this point in the game.
All Sacred, just so confident. He knows he can't die. GH continues to try and just hold him back. More help incoming. Matthew, very nice cookie into the spear setup. Matthew setting up for a killing spree for himself now.
Yeah, and this is when you expect Thunder Awaken to get aggressive, right? Their lineup is suited for this kind of pace, although Picards.
Boundless Strike going to cancel off the Starbreaker. Picards, he's going to be just fine. Mind Control not going to be able to continue pursuing for that, but they might start working on towards that bottom tier 1 tower. You do have Kuro rotating over as the Ancient. Well, eventually they should be able to get that done. Of course, Thunder Awaken, they are just going to go for the even trade in terms of those tier 1s, those Sumail. Trying to slow them down as best as possible with the Swashbuckle, but eventually we'll have to back his way up.
Yeah, that's the one big difference we're seeing right now, Mike. The Pangolier of Sumail is just not as active in comparison to Dark Mago's Mars. I mean, this Mars is all over the place, looking for kill opportunities, wanting to play with Arena. And we've seen one roll from Sumail and it doesn't quite line up. Maybe they find the opportunity with tier 1 bot down, start to take control of that bot jungle, but Thunder Awaken can just play on the opposite side up top now.
Absolutely. Tier 1 towers to drop. Sacred, he'll stick around this top lane for now. Again, he's such an important role here for the side of Thunder Awaken, considering he's the one who's had the best lane on their side of things. Mind you, I say that, John, you look at the top 3 net worths, and they are basically all the side of Thunder Awaken right now. So Nigma, well, they had a great start to this game. They do need to catch up just a little bit in that net worth department. See if they do continue to get aggressive, or whether they would just want to sit back. Dark Mago, though, bottom lane looking at Mind Control. Won't go for it, however. Doesn't really have the backup to actually take this man down, so they'll have to leave him be. Instead, Thunder Awaken, they might start setting up mid lane. Dreamer Cell, however, he'll show up. Will make his presence known. Thunder Awaken, we'll see if they can set up for that mid tier 1 a bit later on.
Yeah, they're just kind of playing poking tag. They're occupying the top jungle. They're keeping their bot jungle protected with this forward movement from Dark Mago. And a smoke out to rotate onto that Mars as well.
Here we go. Dark Mago, he might bait for the team here down at bot lane. Nigma. And they read the movement. Oh, Kuro, that's great positioning from Kuro. He wants to break the smoke and does do so onto the Timber. A very awkward smoke now for Thunder Awaken as they've got the information on the side of Nigma. Kuroki, just a specialist with this kind of positioning as a +5 inch. And even then, even if you do make the jump in onto the inch, chances are she's not going to die.
No, she's got that untouchable up, very hard to burst down. You're going to have to commit a lot of spells just to kill the Enchantress. This is really good space coming out from Dreamocell. Again, the area the Morphling has to play with isn't particularly amazing. Just stuck in the triangle, does at least have the Morbid Mass to kind of build up and just kind of soak through the Ancients, but it's not the fastest process. So despite having a little bit of room to play, their positioning's still good here in Thunder Awaken.
Still a very close matchup, John. Less than 1k net worth lead for Thunder Awaken. Would go any way, 12 minutes in. Both teams just kind of slowing down 5-5 at the moment. You've got some great mid-game timings though, Jonathan. Of course, you've got the Timber, you've got the MK, the Mars. Blink timings are very important. Matthew though, bot lane, going to be jumped here by Mind Control. The slow will be there as well. Matthew will just run his way out. They don't bother trying to go for the Starbreaker as the cookie was there anyway, just in case he needed it. Because you never know if the rotations are incoming from Thunder Awaken, as now they are. Panda Boot. We'll see a couple. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to try and make the play onto Sacred. He's a very tanky boy, though, but they've got the Solar Guardian to follow up, but can they get it done? He's just so tanky. Sacred, eventually, he does not connect the chains. They'll drop him. Samel, able to take the kill. High fives all around. And Thunder Awaken just unable to get there in time to try and help out.
That was a beautiful little lift from GH as he TP'd in. Managed to get the timing right, stop that escape out coming from Dark Mago, and they find something. They can start to build off of Sumail now. It does feel like he's ready to go. You can see it right there. Super durable on that Timbersaw, but not quite enough when there are 3 heroes on top of you. 4 heroes.
Just goes down. Chains. Oh, what was it cancelled by?
I think it was Liv.
Yeah, it may have just been GH, yeah. Top lane for Kaz. Gonna be careful, but Sacred, he'll be there. He's respawned up. Back onto GH. He wants some revenge. Mind control. They might be able to go 4v1. Again, he's a tanky boy. Lift up. Mind control. He'll keep going. Sacred, he's not afraid, though. He'll kick a chat up onto Kuro the Boundless. It'll connect just barely, and now the Lord of his Kisses, GH, is gonna drop as Thunder Awaken. They will fight back, and they will do so successfully.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. If your Timbersaw is being jumped, or just use him as bait, have everyone ready to kind of go behind him, and just sort of get a little bit more space out for Pakaz. He does show up for that fight, has the Echo Saber, decent enough damage and good reach to go at it, but in comparison, Dreamwhistle is getting a lot more free farm. He's given free lanes, they're fighting away from him. Number 2 now in Wetport, so recovering nicely on Morphling. And again, this game does feel a lot more tempo for Thunder Awaken to play.
It does. Do you think there's a particular timing that we have to kind of wait for TA? Or even NGX on their end of things?
For TA, at least the Kaya's Sanj on Sacred. I think that's a big start on the Timbersaw, going to be a lot more durable. And the blink timing, it's already up in Dark Mago. He did kind of reveal it, but a nice blink arena can set up nicely here.
Sacred, bit of the chase down here by Mind Control. More high fives to come out. There's your item timing. 1 minute earlier than the average of this patch, Jonathan. Very nice timing here from Dark Mago to see what he can get done with this. We haven't really seen too much use of the blink up quite yet on the Mars. He's more than comfortable just continuing to go for the BKB first, and I suppose that is fair enough, considering you are up against a Pango, a Dawnbreaker, a Rubik. Chances are you are going to need that BKB.
Yeah, you're going to want some protection here. You're going to want to be able to guarantee that you can get the arena off, that you can follow up when your Timbersaw is being caught out. NGX going out with a smoke, though. They are.
Sacred's the one to break the smoke, however. Samel, he'll move in. Again, it's going to be the Timber they try for. But this time around, they will not commit for it. They will back their way out. You can just kind of feel how tense this game of 1 is already. Just so much on the line in this elimination best of 3. You don't want to end up going home here, Jonathan. Not in the first round, that is, of course. Thunder Awaken still not backing off. Sacred, this is his home now. That top lane, it belongs to him.
Yeah, it's that point in game where the Timbersaw just camps a lane, forces that out constantly, and forces the enemy team to make a choice. Do you want to stop this push, slow and steady push coming out from the Timb, or do you just want to play elsewhere? It looks like right now, NGX aren't really playing around him, although Thunder Awaken are kind of flanking around to that tier 1.
They still want that mid-tier 1 tower, but it's just sitting so healthy at the moment. Siege creep already gone as well. Blink in, but what a lift out. GH not going to allow the follow-up. Arena's down, however, Dark Mago still going to try as they burst down the Rubik. Can they actually find Dark Mago? Panda, he'll take down Samel. Mind Control, he'll go for a run, but Sacred, he'll be right on the chase. Eventually find the Dawnbreaker. Celestial Hammer, it'll get him a little bit away as Mind Control. He's a man on the run, but the chase is going. Is even Dark Mago still chasing after Kuroki. Mind Control somehow duking out, still running. It's not going to be enough, however. He will drop as Kuro. Maybe he can find his own way out. It's still a terrible team fight for Nigma Galaxy.
What?
Nice little Tumblr's toys away, but Pakaz is here and they'll have the damage. Thunder Awaken, a 4-for-1 trade. You've got to be happy with that.
I mean, it's really difficult to deal with how durable TA's draft is right now. The healing coming out from Dark Pandaboo in the middle of that arena just to save. It looked a little bit awkward with the blink and instant lift, but the follow-through wasn't quite there. And again, these 2 cores on Thunder Awaken are just so tanky. It's a Mars, it's a Timbersaw with a Winter Wyvern to back them up. If you can't reach that back line,
look at GH.
You are going to have problems.
Look how fast GH was there. John blink in, immediate lift out. Still, they end up winning the team fight as the arena was just perfect here from Dark Mago, catching 3 in there. Hell Panda, he didn't have to pop the curse. Just no necessity for it.
Just needed that heal. A little bit of a chase for Mind Control, but they do find him in the end. And again, Thunder Awaken just looking to kick up that speed. The mid-tier one still has to go. They are putting the bodies forward to get that done. NGX probably not too keen to defend now. They understood what happened last time. They don't have the Solar Guardian to kind of counterfight anymore. So just hold back, keep that farm game up, try to hit your item
Dream
targets.
Cell. Oh, the spear does not land right through the tree line. Cookie's gonna be there. They'll still try to get a bit of chip damage off, but Dream Cell's just fine. And sometimes you get a little bit lucky with those spears.
Oh yeah, Dream Assault must be very, very happy to him. That's all calculated, his position right there, slipping through the tree line. Our Morphling, again, it's been given a lot of room. He's not been participating in a lot of these fights. Yasha up, Manta not too far off. But he is lagging behind that net worth, despite the activity coming out from Thunder Awaken, because they hold that top jungle so well. Just have so much more farm to take. And again, just poking and prodding onto that mid. Fight options for NGX just aren't quite there.
They're going to try again for that mid-tier 1 tower. Nice arena out, catching 2 once again. In fact, no, the stolen arena. GH, who hold them in. Solar Guardians to come out from Mind Control into the Celestial Hammer, but do they have the follow-up? They're going to try, but the curse is there. It's on 1. Dark Mago's gone. Boundless strike out. Can they at least find the Dawnbreaker? They can. It's still going to be a win for the side of Thunder Awaken, at least for now. Pandamu, however, trapped up. Dreamer Cell, he's going to be all right. It'll be a 2-for-2 trade. A very even team fight to break out of the mid lane. And Nigma, they still hold on to that mid-tier 1 tower.
It's costing them a lot of bodies, but they're holding on to that objective, just making it...
Kuro. D-ward out, but he does end up getting caught out. So he does end up going down here to Sacred. But it seems like Nigma, as long as they hold that mid-tier 1, as long as they keep buying the time for Dreamer Cell, they might just be happy with this.
Yeah, they understand what they have to do. They pick the Morphling. They know it's going to be a slower game in comparison to something with the Mors and the Timbersaw. So you do want to keep this game as stable as possible. You are growing rather big now. I mean, Pakaz is more than willing to show up with his Desolator. So the damage output coming out from Thunder Awaken is just, it's ridiculous. And again, the sustain they have with Pandabu standing at the back on that Winter Wyvern, they don't quite have that highly mobile hero to catch the Winter every single time. They're only relying on Sumail, who is still saving up for that Blink, which is maybe around 800, 900 gold away. Once that's up, maybe these fights feel a little bit easier for NGX. You know, find Pandabu first, find Matthew first, prevent those kisses, because those kisses from the Snapfire have been big.
Problem is, by the time you have that Blink up, John, you're probably going to have the BKBs available from Thunder Awaken. They may just not matter with the Blink. Dark Mago gonna start on Kuroki, but realizes, in fact, never mind. Arena drop, they're gonna try one more time. Curse is there, hold a couple down. Samel through the Rolling Thunder is just gonna stop, but they don't want to force the fight. One of the Morphlings around. It's just not what they want here at Thunder Awaken. They'll back their way up, they'll play this one safe. They still have a 4K advantage, there's just no need to rush. In fact, never mind. They're gonna smoke up once again. Back into Samel. They'll try for the Pango. But really, just all they want is that mid-tier 1 tower.
It's a slow and steady push. They're still sneaking around with that smoke, though. Good position here from the high ground.
Counter smoke, but it's going to get spotted. Thunder Awaken, they saw that. They were on the high ground of that dire jungle still. GH going to make the jump in and out. They're stolen arena once again. Dark Mago will go for a bit of a run. Samel going to be just fine to walk his way up, but no, never mind. The spear's going to land. Solar Guardian there, but it's not going to be enough. Sacred takes him down. Can they find a trade? It doesn't seem like it. They've got to get the hell out of there. There's Mind Control. He's going to be all right. They do at least stop Pakaz from chasing. Again, it's all about the mid-tier 1. Just continue defending as Thunder Awaken. Continue pursuing the side of Nigma. Pakaz is there, but oh, he's gone too far. Boundless strike out, the Starbreaker. It's not going to land Pakaz. He'll man up for this. Dreamer Cell dropping. Will waveform away just barely. He'll be all right for now. The chase is on once again from Sacred. This Dreamer Cell still trying to get a way out, and he does. Instead, Kuroki is going to be the one to get caught. So another couple to drop for Nigma. Thunder Awaken dropped nothing.
They don't lose anything, but they still don't find that mid-tier 1. That's, what, 3-4 fights in a row where that objective just stands. It looks a bit dicey for Pakaz. Good BKB reveal out from Mind Control, but the follow-through just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, Pakaz with the Jingu Mastery just healing up all the way. Getting to that healthy point and feeling very happy about it. This time around, though, John, they have secured a double damage for Thunder Awaken. Maybe that'll do the job this time.
Yeah, and Arena is back up for Dark Mago. The BKB is not too far off as well for the Mars. So you're going to have a lot of options. You're not going to be too scared of just jumping in. And I don't think Dark Mago's been that scared at all in this game. He's been just diving forward for his team. NGX, this blink timing from Sumail has to come true. Like, they need someone to just dig into the back line, break up this organized fight from Thunder Awaken, and make it less of a coordinated 5-man. Because right now, every single time we see the Arena, we see the kisses come out from a very good point. If they need the curse, Pandabu's almost always ready at the right spot with the Cold Embrace as well. And there's just nothing they can really do to stop that. The only time NGX wins is when Thunder Awaken kind of stream in one by one.
Yeah. The thing is as well though, John, I mean, I kind of pointed this out earlier, but Dark Mago, he's just a couple hundred gold off the BKB, and I believe Picard was getting rather close himself. Again, you got to really find that initiation perfectly here against the side of Thunder Awaken and get it for the Radiant end. You get the BKBs up, you know they're going right back into that mid lane. Though for now, they are going to hang around the Roshan, but it doesn't really feel like they can really try and start the Roshan yet. Kind of controlling the area around the pit. Well, we'll slowly make their way over.
Bottom tower is under attack.
We'll scan it out with the enchanted creep. Pings are out though. Nigma, they might think this is happening. A smoke out from Thunder Awaken. Maybe just trying to bait them into the pit. Sumail, he'll know they aren't in there. Dark Mago, not going to be able to land the arena this time. GH might still drop, however. He'll go for a run. It may actually just survive the Rubik. He's still all right. Sacred, going to get stunned up Sumail. Going to protect GH and get himself out as well. So Nigma, they dropped no bodies for this. Thunder Awaken, not able to find the pickoffs they're looking for. Not quite yet, but it's back into that mid-tier 1 tower.
Still standing, Fortify is there. No Arena to force this fight. The double damage should enable them to find it, and they do. So they finally clear that big objective. They've got a better grip on that top jungle. Ooh.
Nice dodge in the Boundless. So now gonna be just fine. He'll get himself out once again. Thunder Awaken though, getting aggressive. Do find GH. Sacred and Dark Mago getting it done. They move right into that dire triangle. No fear in the world for the side of Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, again, they've just got such great frontliners to kind of play around. Even the Monkey King gets fairly tanky later on with Wukong's down, and the BKBs are up, as you mentioned, Mike, so Pakaz is ready to really follow through with the jumps in from Dark Mago, and they are going into the Roche Pit. Again, with the Desolator up on Pakaz, this is not going to take too long, and for NGX, it's just a tough fight. They've got the blink on Sumail, but it feels like it's going to be him against World if he does want to play.
Oh, he's making his way over. In fact, never mind, it was actually Kuroki, but they can't do it. They can't fight their way through this Roshan. So Thunder Awaken going to claim the first Roshan of the game, it does seem like. That should be Picard's ages to come, and it will be. A great game one so far for Thunder Awaken. Still only 5k net worth ahead, but it's certainly something, and they certainly are hitting these timings very, very well. John, what can Nigma do to try and turn this back the other way?
They need to find a pickoff. They need to find the supports first. It feels like if you find a Snapfire, if you find that Winter Wyvern, you take away a lot of their tools to follow through from the arena. You can kind of handle them afterwards one by one, but if you jump the front line like that over and over again, and you jump that Mars, you jump that Timbersaw, it just feels like Dark Mago and Sacred just aren't gonna die. They're just too durable. They've got BKBs, and the output is not that great.
Want to jump in. We'll find GH immediately in that tree line. They saw the cookie that was stolen. They still hold that siege creep, and that'll mean the top tier 2 tower now to be targeted by the side of Thunder Awaken. Again, with that Desolator up on Picard, it's not going to take very long to get this one done. For now, NGX not interested in trying to force the fight here. They will let this one go down for free, and instead trying to push out the side lanes and buy even more time for this Morphling. 18 to 8 though, 6k advantage. Outpost will be taken by Thunder Awaken. And GX again, we're yet to see when they get started.
It's just a slow build up for NGX. I mean, even with the blink on Sumail, even with that pretty decent timing to too long.
Hello, Kuroki. Gonna run right into Dark Mago. Oh, speed's not gonna land, however. Kuroki, he'll be fine to just run his way out slowly but surely, and in fact, he'll just go for the TP out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Picard's having a hunt around. Might just spot out Mind Control, but it does seem like the Dawnbreaker will be able to blink and get himself out of there as well. Everyone on the GX just fine. No one getting picked off quite yet. Thunder Awaken you kind of wonder, like, all this time being wasted running around the map, is that favoring NGX? Or do you think Thunder Awaken even care about that?
I don't think they care too much. You're not finding enough on NGX to kind of build up or keep up with the network lead that Thunder Awaken are establishing. They're going up by 1K now compared to 5K a while ago, so it's still a lot more efficient for them despite the time they're spending, and they're just cutting off the map.
Jump in, GH, gonna get caught out once again on the Rubik, will end up going down. That's a start. Kuroki now will be chased down as well. Both supports to drop for the side of NGX at Bakaz. Dominating spree for himself on this Monkey King. Smoke up immediately. They are not done. They want a bit more, at least a core or two for themselves. But instead, Bakaz, he'll force the fight in the mid-tier 2 tower, or at least take it out. And it doesn't seem like the side of NGX are even going to try and defend. Instead, mind control. He'll go for the creep skip in the mid lane, but Dark Mago, he'll be on the chase. Can they catch him out with the spear? They'll slow him down with the God's Rebuke for now. Dark Mago does force out the BKB TP away, but the curse is going to be just in time from Pandamu. Lock him down, Solar Guardian out. He still makes it away. The BKB lasts long enough. They cannot cancel.
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice though. You let mind control go. You are wasting Thunder Awaken's time. That's a lot more efficient now for NGX alone.
Samel will go for a rollout. Sacred, he'll still chase him down. He's got that flamethrower going. Eventually Samel just going right for the TP, mid-rolling Thunder. Is going to be okay. Mind control still being chased here all across the map. Sacred may have eventually found him. It looks like he has. Chains out though. Nice juke away, but Dark Mago is there to secure the kill of Thunder Awaken. What a dominant mid-game so far from this team.
Yeah, 21-8. They've just been aggressive all the way through. They've been getting every core in their action. Everyone's been playing so great in Thunder Awaken. The coordination of these 5 to get their spell usage on point, to catch out all these heroes. NGX are just banking on their stand-in, really. They're banking on Dreamocell to kind of carry them through. He's got the Scotty up. Maybe this is the point where it gets silly.
Pandamu still going to be okay for now through the Cold Embrace, but they do at least pick up one. That's a start, but GH now going to be chased down. He does take the Cold Embrace from himself, but Bakaz wants to keep going. Nice speed, locking him down. We'll find a 1-for-1 as Dreamocell, he'll wait for him away. Samel actually runs his way out, or rather rolls his way out, but no, the Boundless is going to connect. They'll take down another. Massive pickoffs for TA. Can they go high ground here? Probably not, but they'll focus on those bottom tier 1 and tier 2 towers.
Yeah, they dive again very deep out from Thunder Awaken, but they're just so durable. They really don't mind. You do lose your support, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. We do see some of the effect of Dreamocell going for that Scotty and turning into the Winter Wyvern, as the panel pointed out. It is highly effective, but it's also just not enough. It's going to take some time for you to beat down and get the max value from that HP burn, from the HP reduction or healing reduction onto these tanky cores. And these fights just don't last long enough for NGX.
Absolutely not. Props to Dreamocell at the very least. He is keeping up in net worth, only just about 2.5k behind Bakaz and that Monkey King. You wonder though, in terms of a 1v1 matchup between the Morph and the Monkey King, who would you give the advantage to, John?
It really depends on how everyone else kind of plays. I think it's not a very clear one-on-one win.
Right.
I guess at this standing at their net worths, you're definitely up here with Bakaz. NGX trying to sneak outside here to get a good scan.
They do have a nice scan out. I have Skadi available on Dreamocell, so Sacred may not be so tanky anymore, but Kuroki gonna get jumped first. Will pay for his team. Kuroki dropping very low, however, and they do take him down. Nigma, do they still want to try and force a fight? Rolling Thunder is there, Samel, he'll make the jump in. They'll try for the Winter Wyvern. Starbreaker's going to land, still Dark Mago moving right in at Bakaz. He'll follow up, and there's the curse out. Have they protected Nigma with this, however? Maybe not. Maybe they just set up for 2 more. Samel, he'll try to run now, but the chase is on. Thunder Awaken. Just smothering the side of NGX, not allowing any breathing room for this dire end.
It looked like there could have been some potential there for NGX. They managed to jump the back line. They go instantly on the Winter Wyvern, but the follow-through just wasn't there. They lose out on Kuro a lot earlier on than they want. And again, Sumail jumps in, the follow-through's there from mind control. It's just not enough.
Certainly not, and now they're onto the high ground. Tier 3 tower, that'll be the first one to drop. It does not take very long here, John. Not for Thunder Awaken, it doesn't. NGX have got to try and find a way to defend this. At this rate, you might just have to let it go down and wait for Samel to be back up. Now, even Dark Mago now, Refresher Orb is available, so you've got the double arena on the Mars. Scary, scary time for NGX. Thunder Awaken, they'll play this conservative. They'll back up after one lane of barracks. They aren't interested in rushing. And it's one of the things with Dota 2, Jonathan. You lose one bad team fight at this stage of the game, things can turn very, very fast.
Definitely, and NGX is the kind of team that can punish quite nicely, but their toolkit just isn't there for them to take the initiative. They're kind of clumped up. One lane's just gonna be a little bit tougher to defend with it just naturally shoving in. Thunder Awaken could just wait for that next Roshan here, Mike. 40 seconds away until we see that timer. And again, NGX still have a pretty rough time playing there. It's all down to Samael rolling, but the BKBs really just remove that.
They go now. You maybe wait for the next Roshan here. Still 25 till we find out when it is up. Smoke is there, however. NGX, they're not going to wait that long. Into that dire jungle, but Dark Mago, he's in position to break the smoke. They can't see him either. There's going to be an arena out already, but a nice rolling thunder do catch him out. The Mars being caught without the BKB being popped. They will lose Kuroki and GH, however. Can they keep the fight going in GX? They'll have to back their way out as Thunder are happy to keep the fight going. They will refresh that arena, wanting to go for another. Dream itself's about trying to run, but a nice arena out. Dark Mago, he'll fight two more. No way out of this. Into the Boundless Strike, Thunder Awaken. Oh, what a team this is, John. What a performance in game number one.
Oh, they've hit their stride. They get all the big kills they'd want. They've managed to catch out Dreamo Cell as well in the arena. A lot of the damage now from NGX taken away. No Rolling Thunder for a little bit more time. Another set of towers and racks to fall, though.
Jump in, GH once again. Being caught out. Might just drop. Will try to run, still ticking away, but is going to just barely make it though, because he was trying. He will go back towards that top lane of barracks. Dark Mago trying to find another. May have dived a bit too far here, but we'll be able to force stuff away thanks to Matthew. That'll be the top lane of barracks to go down. One left for Thunder Awaken to activate those mega creeps. And they may as well go for it now. In fact, never mind. They'll play it safe. They won't risk it. Roshan is now available.
Yeah, it's safe play. Just get that secondary life lined up. They've still got a bot range racks to deal with if they really want the megas. It does feel like once you have that Aegis, though, you're looking at the tier 4s. NGX, again, these fights have just not been shaping up in their favor. And it's been so difficult for them to just deal with how tanky they are.
Roshan, not going to last very long. NGX probably not going to be able to come in to try and counter this one out. That'll be an Aegis and Shards to go the way of Thunder Awaken. Get no stopping this, but they are going to smoke. They're going to try and make their way over, but it already seems a bit too late. Roshan gone. They might just have to turn right back the other way, but it's going to be a smoke-on-smoke situation between these two teams. This could be the last team fight if NGX can't pull off a victory. Kuroki already getting caught out, does tank the gank for his team, and that'll be enough. NGX back towards the fountain they go. Or do they? Never mind, they'll get caught out in that Radiant jungle because he'll pop the BKB, Hex out onto Dreamer Cell. They've got the Morphling. Boundless Strike does land as well. Dreamer Cell trying to run. GH getting caught in the arena, but Dreamer Cell, oh, he's going to be left behind. Does have buyback at the very least for the next team fight. But it just seems like the Morphling not anywhere close enough or strong enough really to fight back against this Monkey King.
Yeah, he needs a BKB. He needs that spell protection. He can't allow himself to get caught out in the arena, and the damage coming from saw as well. And it's still a ways off from finishing up that item. It's been a long and slow game for Dreamo Cell to find that build up. And NGX, despite all their efforts of buying space out, just haven't been able to get much more of the map. High grounded once more for Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, we go. Last lane of barracks here for the side of Thunder Awaken. NGX, again, going to find a way to defend. They might just want to hold off on the buyback here on Dreamer Cell, allow him those 2 lives and just try to buy him a bit more time, but the jump is in. Dark Mago's there once again. And Mind Control caught out with one spear from the side of Thunder Awaken as Dark Mago. He's all over the place. Shish kebabs, anyone?
That's what's cooking tonight for Thunder Awaken. They're just skewering out NGX. Still have the Aegis. They call the GG on NGX. 36.5 minutes in. Thunder Awaken.
Wow.
Beast mode on. Constant aggression coming out. Start to finish. They get their comfort picks. They get the 2 durable heroes up front with the Mars mid, with the Timbersaw